From the Hussman School of Journalism and Media at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill, covering the full range of Tar Heel athletics, this is Sports Extra.
It's finally time for the biggest college basketball game of the regular season as the Deandom welcomes Coach K for one final time. Welcome to Sports Extra. I'm Ellen Campbell.
And I'm Zach Engler. Thank you for joining us. But before we get to the men, the UNC Women's Basketball team was all gas and no brakes as the Heels faced the Wake Forest Demon Deacons last night. The Tar Heels started off on fire with scoring leader Alyssa Usby sinking a three to get the Heels on top early. Usby continued to be a problem for the Demon Deacons from the three-point line and in the paint. After being up by 25 going into the break, UNC continued to play gritty, high-tempo basketball. Guard Kennedy Todd Williams was relentless in the paint as she goes in for this easy layup. Usby finished with 18 points and 10 rebounds, and Todd Williams added on 14 points and 2 blocks of her own as the Tar Heels steamrolled Wake Forest 78-59. And even though head coach Courtney Banghart secured her 300th win, making her only the 6th current head coach in the ACC with that many wins, she was more focused on her players securing the dub.
Guys just totally punched and stayed cohesive through a kind of an up and down, sloppy, type of game. So it was, this is a group that this first five is getting so experienced together. There's just no weak link in the group, but they know that's a part of our game plan every game is to put our foot on the gas. This group is doing that, and when they do, they're going to be really hard to beat.
After last night's exciting win against in-state rival Wake Forest, the Heels look for another win against Miami on Sunday. The team looks to Kennedy Todd Williams, who leads UNC with 15 points against State, to help bring home a win. Alyssa Usby, the 6'1" powerhouse and Carolina sophomore guard, has been a key player on the team this year, and the Heels need her to bring the heat to secure the win against Miami. Carolina is playing some of their best basketball right now, and they will have home court advantage on Sunday.
With the biggest game of the men's college basketball schedule slated for tomorrow night, College Game Day host Jay Billis spoke to the media about what this rivalry means.
You can talk all you want to a player that hasn't played in it or to somebody who hasn't played in it and try to explain what it's like, and it's not going to cover. They're not going to truly understand until you've been through it, because it's different than any other competition that I'd ever been a part of and before or since. There's nothing that's ever matched it in any regard.
Tomorrow night, the men's basketball team will look to get a big ranked win against the number 9 Duke Blue Devils. The Tar Heels swept the Blue Devils in the 2020-2021 season, and they're looking to do that again with the help of Brady Manick, who has averaged 20.5 points in the past 2 wins. Manick has been huge from behind the arc, shooting a whopping 52% for the Heels. Someone else who's been playing huge for UNC is Armando Bacot, who's averaging a double-double. We're expecting Bacot to have another typical monstrous night against the Blue Devils' big men. If UNC can stay consistent with precise ball movement against Duke, we could see Tar Heel fans rushing Franklin Street on Saturday night.
Here to break down just how the Tar Heels might pull off the upset against the Blue Devils is basketball analyst Joshua Dolgoff. Now, Josh, what can Carolina fans look for as keys to victory tomorrow?
UNC is heading into the Deandome against Duke tomorrow night on a 4-game win streak. It should be an intense battle with high energy from Carolina fans, but if the Heels want any chance of winning, they must find a way to slow down Duke star Paolo Banchero. Banchero is as NBA ready as anyone in college basketball. He has a large frame at 6'10", but moves like a guard with elite ball handling and shot-making abilities. A polished scorer at all 3 phases on the court, Banchero is truly a matchup nightmare. But UNC head coach Hubert Davis has one of the best defenders in the ACC at his disposal in Leaky Black, who's currently playing his best basketball of the season. Black has proved his worth as a lockdown defender, taking top ACC scorers like Georgia Tech's Michael DeVoe and NC State's Darion Sebron completely out of games. Listed at 6'8", Black has the size and length to hang with Banchero down low and contest his shots on the outside. As one of the few players in the ACC who has the defensive prowess to shut down opposing scores, Black is UNC's best option to stop Banchero, a must for Carolina to pull off the upset. And Black has been more impressive on the offensive end, where he's had a hot hand as of late. During the Heels win streak, he has shot an outstanding 7 of 11 from three-point range, showing an increased level of confidence in his shooting. Leaky Black is the ultimate X factor for UNC tomorrow. If he continues knocking down jumpers and plays solid defense on Banchero, Carolina has a legitimate shot to knock off the Blue Devils. Back to you, Zach.
Well, Josh, this is UNC Duke. It's a huge game, and for that reason, game day is coming to the Dean Dome. Am I going to see you down there tomorrow morning?
Absolutely. I'll be there at the crack of dawn. Hopefully we get a fantastic day of Carolina basketball. I hope to see you there, Zach.
Can't wait.
I'll be there as well. And while tomorrow's game doesn't need any more hype, we have some anyway. Here are some of the best Carolina Duke moments in history.
There's no greater rivalry in college sports than Duke and North Carolina.
The best rivalry in college basketball, Duke and Carolina.
It's the best rivalry, in my judgment, in all of American sport.
I know it's really early. Oh, they go. They're awesome tonight, baby, with a capital A. Yes, the mighty blue, the Heels are on fire. Great shot. A terrific job in transition. Garrison Brooks.
A 2022 UNC basketball commit is in his high school's record book. Menominee Falls senior Seth Trimble has broken former UNC forward J.P. Tokido's career points record for the Wisconsin school. Trimble needed just 10 points to pass Tokido, who, get this, is Trimble's older brother. Trimble put up 25 to bring his career total to 1,752. Now, Heels fans hope Trimble's scoring ability will translate to the college game.
One former Tar Heel sensation is set to represent his team during the NBA All-Stars this weekend. The Orlando Magic's Cole Anthony is one of 4 NBA players ready to show off their hops during the much-anticipated 2022 dunk contest. Anthony is looking to become the 3rd Tar Heel to win the contest, after Michael Jordan, who went back-to-back in 1987 and 88, and Vince Carter in 2000. A stellar sophomore season has also set up Anthony as one of the players named to this year's Rising Stars game.
It's February, which means the NFL season is winding down, and teams are looking to the future with the NFL draft coming up. Quarterback Sam Howell is using the last few months to increase his draft stock. Howell has arguably the best deep ball in the draft and the possibility of being the first quarterback off the board. Sam represents Team American alongside QB Malik Willis in the Reese's Senior Bowl on Saturday. Through day 3 of practices, Howell continues to impress with his accuracy and sling of the skin, but is still a little too casual with his footwork. In a draft with subpar QBs, scouts will be looking for a diamond in the rough. Tomorrow on ESPN2, catch our very own Sam Howell as he looks to cut up the defense and produce under pressure.
At Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas last night, 2 Tar Heel football players looked to improve their NFL draft stock at the East-West Shrine game. Running back Ty Chandler and cornerback Kyler McMichael both played for the West team, which beat the East team by 1. Chandler led all players in rushing with 69 yards on 11 carries. He also caught 1 pass for 8 more yards. McMichael played some great defense toward the end. Both players hope to hear their names called at the NFL draft in late April. The Tar Heels football team has landed another transfer in offensive tackle, Spencer Rowland from Harvard. Last season, Rowland started all 10 games for the Crimson and steamrolled his Ivy League opponents, guiding the 2nd best scoring offense in the conference. He not only earned himself first-team All-Ivy League honors, he also earned academic All-Ivy League honors and will graduate from Harvard in May with a degree in mechanical engineering. The Tar Heels' retooled O-line is starting to take shape with the trio of newcomers, including Rowland, fellow transfer Corey Gaynor, and top recruit Zach Rice.
Yes, so during my process through the transfer portal, I was looking at development in my game, and I thought
Tar Heel legend Mac Brown will be sticking around for several more years. Brown has agreed to a one-year contract extension. Brown is now the coach of the Tar Heels through January of 2027. Since he arrived to lead the program in 2019, Carolina has gone to 3 consecutive bowl games and has a record of 21-17. The 2022 football recruiting class is stacked thanks to assistant coach Dre Bly, who is the ACC Recruiter of the Year, according to Rivals. Bly led the way in the ACC this past season, landing 5-star offensive tackle Zach Rice, Rivals 100 running back George Pettaway, Rivals 250 cornerback Tayon Holloway, and defensive back Marcus Allen. Bly leaned on his connections from where he grew up in the Tidewater region of Virginia. The second-ranked men's golf team is in Hawaii for the Ameri'ari Invitational. Peter Fountain and David Ford led the way for the Heels in round 1, both shooting 2 under par. Carolina finished the day tied for 8th with a team score of 6 under par. UNC swings into second-round action this afternoon.
After pulling out a hard-fought victory last week, the 25th-ranked Tar Heel gymnastics team is headed to Tuscaloosa for a tri-meet later today. Carolina is set to compete against number 2 Alabama and number 17 Western Michigan. The meet will air live on the SEC network at 8:35 p.m. Eastern Time.
UNC softball sophomore Kayla Baptista is getting an opportunity to coach in the big leagues. Baptista is now a player development apprentice for the Texas Rangers. She's the first female hired for a coaching role in the organization's history. The second-year softball player still has work to do at UNC, but during the end of the 2022 season, but will be joining the Rangers once the season ends.
On top of all of that, ranked Tar Heel team's swing into action is wrestling, which takes on Pitt in Carmichael tonight at 7.
And don't forget women's tennis, which plays in Michigan tomorrow at noon. Now, Ellen, huge day tomorrow for UNC athletics. And I heard from a little birdie, you got a ticket to UNC Duke. I think it's your first one. What kind of feelings are you feeling?
I am so excited. I got a phase 2 ticket, and I know you will be there right beside me all day.
I cannot wait. So we're going to wrap this up. That does it for this edition of Sports Extra. We'll be back on Monday with a weekend's worth of highlights.